On this day 326 of Everyday Bible with Ada Ukabia, na new book, the book of James, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we go read today. This book of James na like mirror. It dey show us who we really are spiritually, how we dey talk, how we dey act, how we dey treat other people, and how we dey handle trials or challenges for life, and wetin true faith look like. Now from verse 3 of the first chapter, 9 James, they remind everybody that testing of our faith, they produce perseverance. Think am like this. Muscles, they only grow when they are challenged. In the same way, spiritual strength will grow when life gets uncomfortable. Every tough season, whether na financial struggle, whether na a difficult child you try to parent, have been a slow business, have been a painful disappointment. Every of those tough seasons, they shape you. God no dey use trials to break us. Instead, they use them to build us. Perseverance is choosing not to quit, even when everything inside you, they talk, say, I am tired, I know if you do this. No quit. James can't go ahead, they warn us, say, when would they ask God for something, make we no get doubt. Doubt, they be like, say, would they stand with one leg inside boat and the other leg there on top of baggage? Unstable, shaky, and unsure. God, they respond to faith where they steady, not tossed around by emotions, circumstances, or even fear. So when you pray, pray with confidence. Then we can move on to verse 14 and 15 of the same chapter 1, where James, they try to paint a very real picture. He said, desire, they begin for our mind. If we can't fit that desire, we can't turn to sin, that on an action. Then when the sin can't grow, it will lead to death, spiritual decay, loss of peace, broken relationships, or even destruction of purpose. So wrong thoughts, it be like seeds. If you water them, the wrong thoughts will grow. When James called God the Father of heavenly lights, when they change like shifting shadows, it is correct. When we think about shadows, then they move depending on the light. But God does not move. He does not change moods. He know they're unstable today, can't they stable tomorrow? No be so. In a world where everything they shift, prices, people, emotions, God, they still remain the same. You can anchor your life on God. Now, big wisdom in verse 19 of the first chapter, where they refer to the tongue, the ears, and the heart. He said, make we dey quick to listen. That one will help us understand before we react. And make we dey slow to speak to prevent damage. Lastly, he said, make we dey slow to get angry. It means say they protect relationships. If we practice just this one verse, half of all the katakata we dey for word go disappear. According to James, real religion, true religion, no be all the noise wey they make, all the titles wey we gather, or the rituals wey they make every day. True religion now where you dey care for the orphans and the widows, where you dey show compassion to the vulnerable, the forgotten, the weak, people where you know say they not go pay you back. And true religion now when you keep yourself unspotted by the world. That is, you dey disciplined, you get integrity, you dey pure, you don't want the immorality of the world to stain your white. So real Christianity, now compassion plus character. In James chapter 2, we see what they talk about status and mistreatment, a painful truth of the world where we live today. The world, they respect status. Society, they give the spotlight to the rich, the educated, the well-dressed, the well-connected, the who is who, the big influencers, the celebrities, the top leaders. Meanwhile, those who look ordinary or poor, then they push them go one side. When we judge people by their appearance, they violate the heart of God. A lawbreaker is a lawbreaker. In simple terms, sin na sin. We no fit excuse ourselves because we say, at least I didn't do that one. No be so. God's standard is uniform and we all need his mercy. When James writes in chapter 2, verse 24, where he talks, say, a person is justified by works and not by faith alone. He no contradict wetin Paul talk. Him they talk, say, real faith, they produce real action. If your faith never affect your behavior, then that faith don't die now. It just be like say they say, I believe in exercise, but you no work out. The belief is empty. Then we can move on to the untamable tongue, where James talks, say, no human being fit tame the tongue. Our words, they powerful. The words where they speak, it fit heal or it fit destroy. They say the tongue, they powerful. Today, the tongue will include WhatsApp messages where you send, Facebook comments where you they make, voice notes where you they record, they leave, tweets where you they tweet, and everyday conversations. One careless sentence, if you destroy trust completely. One encouraging word, it can restore hope. Now, which kind of words you they release into the world? Today, you and I, they see how the confusion and disorder, they plenty in every part of the world. Where envy and selfish ambition they exist, in that place, now chaos they follow. In our modern world today, we go see them as rivalry, insecurity, competition, comparison, corruption, every form of disorder on earth. May God help us. It go reach to ask, you be peacemaker? Because they say peacemaking is active, not a passive action. Peacemaking means you are calming tensions, you know they escalate them. So where there is chaos, which role do they play there? Are you a peacemaker? Now for chapter 4, 9 James, they remind us how we're supposed to pray. How we're supposed to get the proper and correct motives when we pray. He said God, they answer prayer where they align with his will. But when we get selfish motives, we they block results of that prayer. God, they check our hearts. Are you praying out of selfishness? Or you pray out of desire to bless, to serve, or to grow? If your motive for your prayer no day in line with the will of God, it not go bring result. In verse 7 of that same chapter 4, now we see this powerful promise. If you first submit yourself to God, then you'll be able to resist the devil. Because resistance means that you are saying no every time with temptation come your way, over and over and over again. Bible no talk say devil go argue with you. No, he say him go run, he go flee. So you are not powerless. You get power as long as you submit yourself to God first and then you resist the devil. When you know the right thing and you know do am, na sin be that. Sometimes disobedience is not doing the wrong thing. It is refusing to do the right thing. So check out verse 17. In verse 9 of the last chapter for today, James, they remind everybody, say Jesus go soon return. Oh. The judge is standing at the door. Live your life with urgency, with gratitude, with holiness, knowing that the time when you get on this earth, it is very short. Jesus will come anytime. Ending today's session, now that one would want to say, make you no swear by anything. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. Integrity should be your identity. You don't need dramatic oaths to prove, say, you mean wetin you talk. Your character now is supposed to stand for you. So your yes should be your yes, your no should be your no. Full stop.